I think he was a ruthless man, not only in demanding honesty, but in demanding service, absolute service, the best you can give.
Yes, he is ruthless in demanding honesty because he wanted to introduce policy that would be targeted in achieving the best outcome for the well-being of Singaporeans.
Did he change with the times?
I think fundamentally, when he believes on certain idea, he stick to it.
Yeah.
For example, the question of gene and environment. He stick to it. You can't change him.
I think it's a growing pain kind of thing. Initial part, everybody's supposed to be like child. You need our parents to guide us. You know, at certain period of time, you need certain kind of leadership actually to bring us forward. So there's nothing wrong about, what he did, when he was PM.
So he asked me, do you believe that Singaporean Malays would be able to be loyal enough to defend Singapore? And I said, in a brutal, equally brutal manner, that if you have a Malay in the army and you train them sufficiently, when they are aiming the gun towards the enemy, before they pull the trigger, they will ask themselves 3 questions. First, whether they are full Singapore citizen, enjoying the benefit of everything. 2, whether they suffer discrimination. And 3, whether they are not a second-class citizen. And they have future under your protection for themselves and their families. If the answer, I said, is yes, they will not be hesitant to pull the trigger.
The impact was not
feeling
a stable
clustered.
it's practical. It's not a stable employment.
Okay. Okay.
Because no employer will want to invest time to train you and then not knowing that you just got to get called up to national service.
One of the policies which is most controversial in my mind was graduate mother policy. My wife and I are graduates. We would have benefited from it, but we were opposed to it.
If he had softened his approach significantly more over the years, would we have come this far?
For me, I actually think Singapore would be very much different. And I think if they had rolled back a lot more of the draconian, policies or things where people were so afraid of taking risks on being spontaneous, I think Singapore would have been a much more thriving city where art would not necessarily have to be commercially driven, for example, where everything doesn't always have to focus on the dollars and cents.
He was mercurial to a large extent. Now, I'm not passing judgment, I'm not saying but I think he got used to that because he needed to be tough and hard and demonstrate that this is no nonsense. If you don't get it done, you're out.
And I think he could have done it with a bit more compassion, a bit more kindness, a bit more fair play, and I think then he would have been a statesman.
Whoever governs Singapore must have that iron in him, or give it up. This is not a game of cards. This is your life and mine. I've spent a whole lifetime building this. And as long as I'm in charge, nobody's going to knock it down.